Well, derivatives trading involves substantial risk of loss and is not suitable for all investors. Past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results. Sorry there, I was letting stuff load. Well, yesterday was an exciting day. I don't know what else to say about it other than that. I'm just gonna check here real quick. Do we have news? OPEC, flash manufacturing and flash services PMI. Okay. Well, PMI is a number we care about. Market looks pretty calm at the moment. They've established quite the range. Oh, wow, look at that. Okay. Market looks really calm. 3 ticks up. Good grief. 5-year just took a lifted off there. I wonder if there was something just happened that caused that, because that, or was that just okay? So I don't see anything. So that was maybe a stop run. So I'm going to take a short there. Going to be putting on a short leash. I shouldn't see a whole lot going to 25 half or 26. Anyways, here in the larger term chart, we're kind of like right in the middle, and in yesterday's range, and in the day's range before that, and it's Friday, so I'm expecting range-bound trading. I'm actually only looking to get maybe a 3 off of this. I should move this target because I'm in range-bound mode at the moment. E-mini did make a higher low yesterday, but it's super questionable. I don't know if that was like a reversal, so I don't know. It's just really hard to call what the long-term direction is doing right now, because on one hand it looks like they're holding it, but on the other hand that action seemed a lot more traumatic than some of the other days, and so I kind of don't trust anything on either side to hold. Bitcoin, Bitcoin finally took the dive. I've been saying all week, hey, this isn't right, and sure enough, they went low for the week. Okay. Good downtick. And we're getting some into 24. I think we could get another tick down. Five-year is being awfully what is the word? It's just going right through. Awfully stoppy. Is that what we should say? It's not a friendly place for retail traders today, I'll tell you that. Oh, I know what we're forgetting. That one, and there we go. Ooh, you see that offer just barely kind of gets enough, and then they back off. Auction activity is incredibly slow. I think we just kind of have to be patient here. I mean, that was quite a bit. I can't see it anymore, but it seemed like that was quite a bit of volume on that stop run up that I think we have to come back down another tick at least. E-mini's not really helpful right now. Okay, they finally flipped, at least for a moment. Okay, a few sells. Finally. Oh, look at that pull. Look at that pull. So, question, I'm going to leave that there. Was that pull an indication that I should extend my target to 4? Let's watch. I would say 179 hidden into it almost immediately. 500. It pulled down to 500, but now it's 2,000. Okay, they actually ticked up there. Interesting. Okay. So now they are fighting it at 24. No orders at 23.5. Kind of interesting. They ticked down there. They made it look like, man, they were just going to plow through 23.5. Now it actually looks like they're kind of afraid of it. Afraid to sell into it. UB here having not being able to hold an offer at 18. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Not bidding or offering much of anything now at 24. You know, I didn't realize that we were right there at that 24.5. Yeah. That maybe changes things a little bit, doesn't it? Some iceberging in the 5-year now. Should I have already tried to get out at 24? Hmm. Okay. Well, that's really curious. That's very unusual. Snap. Some of this might be about oil. Okay, so I think on that one, that pull was a bit much, wasn't it? The pull was actually perhaps a trick. And then they didn't trade into it. I think that I should have gotten out at 2. So I think next time I do this range bound trade, that's what I'm going to do. Because I could have taken +2 on that. But man, talk about stop runs, right? Now, that's a second one, but they've both been to the upside. And they've both failed to break through 25.5. But at the moment, it's doing that twice now. I don't think I can take it short here anymore. Because now I'm too concerned that somebody is actually gunning to try and create a strong move up. You know? And I'm also wondering if, yeah, let me find the chart over here. I think I got rid of it. I need a CL chart. I need an oil chart. Okay, well, I'm not seeing like a huge move in oil at the moment. So I don't think it was that. I think that there's just stop runs. Probably a bunch of guys that just did exactly what I did and didn't get what they wanted and stopped out. The thing that sucks about that is that I thought, oh, I'm risking one to make one. It can tick up, I can probably still get out at 24.5. Nope. Nope. Sorry, Seth. Not today. Well, there they ticked up. Not a strong bid, but... Ooh, Alex from Axia is going to be doing a jigsaw trading webinar. Definitely going to do that. June 27th. So what is that, Wednesday? Yep. Okay, so they went up there. Now they're acting like maybe they're coming back. I'm thinking probably not. I'm not so sure that I would want to take along a 25.5 though. Maybe 24 or 24.5 is the other side of this particular range. So now they're acting here similarly to what they did at 23.5. They had a stop run. They made it look like they were really going to try and zoom through here. And then what? Nothing. Not really able to hold a strong bidder offer here. Nobody really interested in trading it. There's John's notes. NQ looks bullish. As long as the overnight low holds, I think ZB could trade higher today. Yeah. So he's saying there was a low here. Auction direction is up. Certainly looks like it at the moment. When I took that short, I was just doing it based off of the stop run and trying to get the 3. I guess I should have been more cautious and anticipatory of them possibly not taking that 23.5. I should have just taken the 2. That also means that if they do come back down, that they'll do it again down here. A few will trade into 24, but not enough for you to get filled. But they'll act like they're gonna zoom right through it. If they do it again, they might just decide to stop messing around and just go straight down, straight up. Yep. Okay. Well, a lot. I feel that they're much more willing to hit into the 26 than they were at the 23.5, but it's still super tepid. Okay. That 25.5 firmed up a little bit there. Stoppy, stoppy. Well, they touched that 23.5 again. So I'm a little bit worried about taking this one. Especially since it seems like I don't know if I even would have gotten filled, but there was too many people taking it there. You notice that? Like there was an iceberg there that's not getting filled now. And he FOMO'd into 24 half. Okay, so they cleared him. I don't know, guys. This is the trade that I wanted, but it doesn't smell right to me now. Is anybody else awake? I don't think I've ever seen it go like this 3 times. Like, sit on one end of the range, do nothing, sit on the other end of the range, do nothing, and when they go to the other side of the range, it's a stop run essentially. It moves really quickly. I want to wait. I think too many people tried to buy it there. Excuse me. I feel like too many people try to buy it there, and I think that the auction direction is still up, but I think that they're going to try and so somebody's going to try and push it down through the bottom. Somebody's going to try and push it down through the bottom past 23 half, and then maybe we can take our long then. Still nobody into 23 half, huh? Nobody into 23 half, but 2,000 into 24. And there's still 1,400 on the offer. And now, well, ZF has 16 into 12, 11 quarter. 11 quarter is what it is. It doesn't smell right to me. I mean, based on the pattern, you should take it along there, right? At 24. That didn't smell right. They're either going to come back down through 23 half and trade 23 and then maybe possibly reverse. Or maybe this is turning around. Or maybe this is just the same trade and they're going to go bust up through 26 half now. That's an interesting read from Alligator. Saying day looks risk on, overall positioning turns very tactical, possibly a bit of pullback higher before trending lower. So he's seeing that, yes, the E-mini has been moving higher in the overnight session, and we did have a pretty good move down, and that's the wrong chart to show it on. This one right here. Okay. We're back. We're coming back to some balance areas, right? Basically areas that we were at for the open, and possibly going to test higher. And there's a possibility that there's a lot of people short this week that didn't quite get what they wanted and are going to have to close and push us up. So if the E-mini really is going to go higher, then Treasuries are going to have to push down again, possibly to 17. But I'm not so sure about that one, because Treasuries, when you look at what the auction looks like here, okay, low, auction higher, low, we're auctioning higher. If we can get above 26.5, then we're looking good, and then they could potentially push 29.5, the higher the session, really. So they're kind of contradictory. But he's also saying that if it's risk on, that the positioning is going to be very tactical as they short the Treasuries. Well, it means that they want to get rid of their Treasuries, right? Why wouldn't you just sell them? I don't know. I guess if you just want to sell them, you have to be sneaky about it. More sneaky about it than when you're buying it. Is that the case? I do think, like, if let's just say, on that trade that I took from 25, if I was a big guy and I had gone short, like maybe even 2,000 contracts, and I didn't think that I was going to get 23.5, I would have to tinker around at 24 a little bit to get filled. Take my profit. Oh. Well, it's now been 30 minutes without anything extending the range, so I have to say this may just turn into a range bound day. Or at the very least, any trade that I take has to be with the range in mind. Yeah. Okay, take up. It did hold. They ticked up, but they didn't really hold it either, did they? He could still go long at 24. Here's where I'm still really suspicious. And if they can't touch 26 half, I really think this could go lower. That would fit in with alligator's theory. There it is. I think my read was right on that one, but it's for ticks, so. Look at that. Well, now I'm thinking I wish I had sold into 23.5. Now I'm thinking when I saw that start to go, I should have sold it as she goes. No, I don't think I would have caught it. You could have taken the 23 afterwards too. It's a little sketch. Okay, this is pulling and that's a little sketch. Yeah, look at that. They actually kind of made it look like they were about to go to the other side of the range and then they slammed it down. Okay, a big iceberg here at 22.5. Since we haven't been seeing big icebergs like that, I think we have to pay attention to that one. Okay, we broke through it. You traded 22. Okay. Level 2 equal. And I took it. Feel like I'm way too late now. Hmm. I think that they will touch 21. But then you're going to get into this whole one tick pullback and the range and... Now, John said he thought it was going to go higher as long as that overnight low held. It sure doesn't look like it's going to hold at the moment, does it? They came down to that pretty quick. I think that they're going to play with us a little bit and then go and take out that 16. Especially since it's 16. They're almost obligated to touch it. Because ZF's not actually... ZF went down and it's in a pullback at the moment, essentially. Okay. Well, that 220 firmed back up really quickly after going for a moment. There we go. There's the ZB touching the 16 as expected, but nothing into 15 yet. 5K now at 22. And it was a 4K the first time. This right here in ZF concerns me too. Oh. And Tucker wants to see a flush at 21.5 and then buy it. I think that's unlikely to play out that way. I think either one, ZB's going to touch 15, ZF's going to flip over. We're going to trade 21.5, 21, 20.5. Option 2 is they're just going to keep absorbing here at 22 and it's going to go up. Then I guess the other option is they could come down and start to trade 21 and maybe even 20.5. But the E-mini starts to crash and cancels out any of that and they start moving up because of the correlation. In other words, the level doesn't matter. It's going to turn around because they actually want to sell the E-mini. Okay. Another couple of hits and didn't really, but they did touch 15. Five-year hasn't turned around quite yet. They're looking like they might go for it though. Maybe. Nope. Well, at least they traded through this and in the 10-year, that's good. If they can keep this, if they could get this to a 2,000, that'd be really nice. At 800, they could just easily tick back up. ZB took 14 and I'm seeing some absorption there. That's concerning. 5-year still not going. Nothing trading into 21.5. And there's icebergs both ways in the 30. This one's the key. Get that 10 half to pull. And hit that 10 half. Yes. Thank you. See, now that the 30 is broken the low of the overnight session, the entire up move is possibly destroyed. And then now there's the 12, 143.12 is a major pivot. Below 143.12, though, it starts to become like, yeah, move down. I think ZF will clear this one too. Then it's the 10 that's questionable. Yes. Okay. Seemed like some people were anxious to buy it there, didn't it? Was it? I didn't see what happened in the 30-year. It might have been because of something in the 30-year. Okay. That 10 quarters gone through a couple of times, but they're fighting it. Right here, right on the edge. That's getting thick in the 30. So I'm just thinking like that's maybe a prudent spot to get out. Actually, not that tick up, but the one before that. But I'm still not even getting hits into 22, so doesn't even feel... I feel a lot like yesterday, like where I'm really stressing over tick. Okay, that just pumped up there at 21.5, big time. No thanks. When it ticked down and they didn't offer anything back, that means I'm in the wrong spot at the very least. I don't know. It seems like I'm having a really hard time seeing when it's done, if I should really take it off there or not, aren't I? I mean, I've scratched it twice where I've gotten 2 ticks favorable, essentially. I do think that my entries today were a lot better. I mean, I don't think that they were better than some of the ones earlier in the week, but I do think that I've been doing way better than in past weeks. The problem with the one was that when we broke through 23.5, I thought they were going to take it down to 23, maybe even 22.5, and then reverse possibly. So I didn't take that, and they just went all the way down. But now there's still 1 tick from the low, and ZB didn't take out that pivot. So I think that what I'm going to do is I'm going to see they might come back to the VWAP at 23.5, which would be the scene of the crime, and not be able to get through that. In fact, I think there's actually a really good possibility that they're not able to get through that. So if I come up there and I see that, I might get short. But then if I do get short, I'm only going to want to take 2 ticks off of it. But then when they come back down, I want to see if they do a failure. If they come down and they tick 22, 21.5, and they're not able to tick 21 for another 1 tick higher low. That's kind of what I'm seeing. But that was a lower low in ZB, so you have to say at the moment that the trend is still down. Okay, here's the 23.5. That was awfully quick. You think the trend is up since they swept 21.5? I don't know. I'm saying I can't confirm that the trend has reversed until we get a higher low. Yeah, I get what you're saying. I mean, like the short term trend is up, but right, like when you look at this whole thing, for instance, right here the trend is up, but obviously the longer term trend is down. Or really we'll want to call it like the daily trend is down. Now here the same thing. The short-term trend is up, but what if they come here and they turn around? So we can't confirm it yet. Interestingly enough, they're not going for the 23.5, so I might not get the setup that I want. Adhere. And Google is spying on me, I think. Sometimes Gmail will do that and mess up your mouse. You have been warned. I'm still getting it. Okay. OPEC real output increase of 700 to 800K agreed. Is oil moving? Oh yeah, oil is moving. For the past 90 minutes, really, it's just been up and up. Alright, what's killing my DPC here? It may actually be oil here. Let's get rid of this cumulative delta in oil and not do the tick replay on it and see if that helps. It should help. It's a little bit better. Oil is a lottery. Yeah, well, I tell you what, I've seen this before. So when I first started trading, and when I thought I was doing best on the swing trading, I would come in and I would see something like this, and I would buy it here. And then I'd wait for this. And now I am seeing some signs that it's leveling off. But basically, you should be able to just hold it and wait until it balances. Like, it won't come back down to 67. it's doing it right, it'll just hold the price. And because of the news that it's coming off of, I think that's right. Now the problem is that at the moment maybe the trade has already been done, but man, if you had bought it here anywhere below this, even yeah, frankly, even off of this first move up, but that was like QE, so I don't think that's a trade that you could make a consistently these days. But it's doing it today. That's how I traded oil when I did it. I think they still want 23.5. I'm just... Yeah. I mean, let me put it this way. If they trade, if they just stop here at 23 and they don't fill at 23.5, I don't want it. I mean, not that I don't want it, but it's just like, oh well. They should trade 23.5 the VWAP. I mean, it should be a bounce. And now there's actually, because it's been like only one standard deviation within the VWAP today, I mean, they might trade the other side of this. They could even, frankly, they could even go up to 25.5. But it's pretty typical that the VWAP clears. I'm going to say, not that I've ever kept stats on or anything, but I'm going to say that you've been at least one standard deviation away from the VWAP, and then you come back to within one tick of the VWAP, there's probably a 90% chance that you'd get filled at the VWAP. I bet, yeah, I would say there's probably a 90% that you get filled at the VWAP, and maybe a 55-60% chance that you get filled at one tick excursion of the VWAP at the 24 here. So that it ticked up there does not invalidate my potential short. Because I don't want, when I was talking about higher highs and higher lows, I may have misspoken earlier because we did get a one tick higher low in ZN, but not in ZB. And we got a one tick lower low in all of them. Or sorry, a one tick lower high in all of them. So ZB says that we're still in a downtrend. ZN, it's uncertain. But then the other thing is, did we have more than a 5-tick pullback in the 30-year? And I'm going to have to say yes, we did. So if that means, and look at what's going on in the E-mini. We'll post this in the equity indexes channel. They're gunning for it. Still having mouse problems. I'm just gonna close oil altogether. Because it seems like NinjaTrader can't handle it. Nope. It's not that. What is it? Oh, the best I can do is time them out, huh? Okay. Let's just try closing the browser here. Yep. Is it really? I mean, yesterday it had been off of a slightly, oh, I take that back. It was in the range, wasn't it? It was kind of on an extreme. I mean, like I'm not gonna say we're like on an extreme, like on the extreme of the day, but I don't know. I don't think that it's like super different. It's not like we're at the high or the low or anything. Yes, the context with that one was that we were in a consolidation possible breakout, right? But it had not. I mean, the first what? Well, I guess it's 7:41 now, but like that, the first bit of trading was super slow too. But anyways, I don't. I can't predict which way it's going to go off of this. Hmm. Only three have gone into. Okay, four have gone into 24.5 so far. The bid looks okay. So the thing that can be really frustrating about these two is that it's like one person will win eventually, and then when the other guy um, unwinds, you can kind of get a decent move, but like we're one tick outside of it, so there is still a chance that we tick back down into it. And the way that this is pulling and like hardly anybody's going into it makes me really suspicious. Like it's giving me exactly the continuation signal I want to see off of that battle. Not exact. I don't want to say exactly, but like there was that battle, and now I'm seeing something that I would see sometimes where this is a pull that looks weak. It looks like it could take it as she goes. Doesn't seem right. Yeah, it depends. You know, the safe way to play it is to wait for it to tick back up again and hope that you can get filled on the bid. There you go. So it ticked back into it. I'd bet they'd pull the offer, absorb, drop a couple of ticks. If possible. You watched the one that they did yesterday. Okay, I'm still getting DPC issues. So I don't know if it's Ninja Trader now. I'm gonna try closing that. I can't trade when my mouse is acting like this. I mean, good grief. Look at this. Okay. I'm gonna close Ninja Trader. And I'm still getting it. Is my mouse just unhappy? Of course, that's gonna stop because I need NinjaTrader running to get the data. Anyways, the way that it played out yesterday is about textbook how I would expect it to go. Is like they tick up, and they just, you know, they might make an attempt to get back into the range, but they're not able to do it, and then eventually the guy just gives up. Okay, so was it 24, 24 half, right? There you go. All right. I wish I had written down in what prices it was happening at, because I can't see now. Was it bet 23 half and 24, or was it 24 and 24 half? Okay. E-Mini's taking a dive. Ooh, E-Mini's really taking a dive. Hmm. Well, I have to say, being long at 25, I don't like the way that I got filled, per se. I'm not, like, freaking out about it yet, but yeah, now I'm not happy about it. Wow. It's Friday and half the world is asleep. You're Ryan, by the way. I had closed all of the chats, so I didn't see any of those messages. Yes. No. Yes. That looks to me like an attempt for sellers to try and take it lower and failing. Although the E-mini did kind of take a little pivot there. Took a pivot and now they're possibly looking to go lower. Yeah, how did that chart that Keith posted, how did you do that? Is that the crystal ball a joke thing and you just, that was just how you felt it was going to work and you were right? Or was there some other thing that you have in there that said that it was going to do that? Hmm. Well, one thing I will say is that I guess we probably could have guessed that sellers were going to try and gun for the E-mini off of the open. They didn't get what they wanted yesterday. They pulled back in the overnight session. It gives you a good opportunity to try and take it short again. At the moment, not going though. Hmm. I decided to take -1 on that since I was, I didn't like the way that they sold that. Like they put up 1,000 there for a bit and it just went zoop. I'm probably going to regret it. But I also think that I definitely picked the wrong spot, right? If I was going to get long, I should have gone long at 24.5, not 25. If taking a trade at 24, 25 at all. It's interesting to me that you wanted to buy 24.5. I see two possibilities. Sellers don't want to get hit and are pulling their order. They're afraid of trend continuation, don't want to get run over. Sellers want to get filled there and are finding it more difficult to get filled, so they need to pull the offer to entice buyers. Oh, hi. Mm-hmm. Um, well, the only reason why I point out the 24 half is that there was that 15k there, and we've played around on this level, and it's been very key all week. And so my probability of getting filled there is really good, and why did I buy into 25? It was definitely like the wrong place to do it. We want to take it again. I mean, this is where I'm like, maybe I'm gonna regret this, but it just doesn't seem like doing the right thing. Hmm. I don't know. I'm also looking at the chart here, and just doesn't seem like a good place for trading. Like I said, if it goes long, then obviously I'm gonna regret that and saying all that. But I mean, there's your chance, right there. No. It feels like something has changed. The auctioning activity has definitely increased. It does appear to be an iceberg at 25 here, though. Okay. Well, now they're going back and forth across 25 a lot. And the activity, it's a lot of flickering. Any of these could pull. uh, I mean, like the 24 half, it's down to 1400 for no apparent reason. And the 25 half could have done the same thing. I don't know. The problem that we have is that in the 10-year, we're still one tick below that last pivot. We came one tick short of that last pivot, right? We traded 26, but we couldn't trade 26 half. So if they do trade 26 half and 27, it really changes the chart, you know? Then you can get 28, 29. I'd have to say 28 though first, because there's a good target up there. Well, that was interesting. Are they going to trade through this here? Go, go, go. Nope. Hmm. Make to 24, 24 half. Yeah. Okay, well, that was not supposed to happen. Yeah. No, there was a moment there when they took it long up at 25 half that it really looked like that short wasn't going to work out, did it? And I'm sitting here thinking I took two trades in there, and that was an area that I shouldn't have been messing with at all. So I think I'm going into maybe overtrading here a little bit, like getting frustrated from having two break evens and now wanting to get something. I don't like this spot. Let's just hold off for a little bit. We're coming into that, counter trend period. Another thing I'm just noticing when I'm looking here is that I seemed to be playing the wrong events. Oh, all of these cells were at 25? Oh, 25 and then 22. Yep. So that 22 one was was definitely in the wrong spot. I mean, there could have been a continuation there, I guess, but that one just pewtered out really quickly, but I got out of it. Now I hear at 25. Took it long at 25? That makes sense. But the short that I took at 25, that, that's the right call. It was just like too early. So it was like I had the short, they came back against me, and then was when I should have gotten in. When that one failed, I should have gotten in. But it's been like, I'll have one, it doesn't do it, and then I wait for the next one and go, oh, okay. And then I try taking one after that, and then that's the wrong one. I should just trade Bitcoin. All of my calls on Bitcoin seem to work out. Let me just show you. I said that it was going to go down. I said after this buy, I said this is suspicious. No, it wasn't this buy. It was this buy here on 20th. I said this is suspicious. I would fade it. 2 days later, I finally went. I didn't say this is suspicious. I said that's pretty unspectacular buy. We couldn't even, like, really good news. Supposedly really good news. People should be buying it. It should be beating out the previous day's high. They couldn't even do that. And then it's flat. Yeah, you saw that. Wow, Farva was short from 65.99. Well done. In Bitcoin. You took it after it fell. You really, you could have taken it there in the middle of the night after it did that. After it did that. 60. Oh, that's about where you took it too. Yeah. Well done. I wish I could short Bitcoin. Maybe I would play that. It just seems like I'm doing a really good job of predicting it play by play. And I've actually called the last 3 cells. This one, though, look at that sitting there right at that 6. I mean, come on, guys. You can't get that close and not do it. Like, especially since we've been down here so many times in Bitcoin. You're gonna tell me that's the low for the year? Don't think so. Yeah, good job, Farva. Okay, well, I think I made the right choice by saying that we were going to be in this counter trend period. Now I want to see a trend develop. What would be the counter though? I think the trend would be a short, right? It actually did give us a short here. John's indicator told us to go short. The thing that's funny here is like, well, okay, maybe we get a counter trend move. What actually would be the trend here? Because it's not. There's not exactly a super clear trend for the session, right? We had to move up to the other side of the range, and no breakout. In fact, one tick short of that. One tick short. One tick short. And Tucker wants to run higher, huh? Oh, there's a tick up. The delta is long. Okay. Well, there you finally got it. I mean, when I took those longs at 25, that's what I wanted to see happen. They just weren't ready for it, I guess. They still have to touch 26.5. And they're pushing up because the E-mini is taking another dive. I think it's too late for me to take a long. Well, my target would have to be 28. Hmm. That looks a little impulsive to me. Yep, you're a true master at sitting on your hands. Is that to say that you're impressed that I didn't FOMO in there? Or are you saying that it's funny that I'm sitting on my hands whenever there's a good trade going on, and whenever it's ranging is when I'm trying to take them? No, they did take 28. I'd actually be a little suspicious of the absorption fade up here. Yeah. I mean, there's some people absorbing it here for sure, right? But what's driving it up is the E-mini. I don't really think that the Treasury traders are the ones that are initiating here, you know? Look at the amount of volume in that, though. Yeah. I don't know, KK. At the moment, I feel like that I don't really have anything. And a lot of my trades have been good, but a lot of them have just been random. And yes, traders are trading ZN today. Well, I'm just saying, like, sometimes you'll see it like the treasury traders are really like building up a position and making something happen in the E-mini, you know. But today they didn't do it until the E-mini broke a key level. Like the treasuries that just stay like nowhere and do nothing until the E-mini breaks out. So all that says to me is that the reason we're up is 100% because of the E-mini and not anything else fundamental going on with the fundamentals or technicals of the E-mini. Or sorry, it has nothing to do with the fundamentals or technicals of the treasuries. Which is also why when you get a move like that, you get so much volume, because you had people that had all sorts of reasons to be getting in there that are getting stopped out here because they didn't expect the E-mini to do that. And I mean, when you look at the cumulative delta amount, people stepped into the market there. That had to have brought new participants in. Oh, no, that one. Shit. That was my short. I missed it. Where would I buy, like, right now? Mm, I think I get this wrong. I think it's here. Yeah. Unbelievable that I can stay in a losing trade for 25 minutes and on a winning trade less than 2 minutes sink. God, I managed the bad trade for a 2-tick winner, but it was good for a 6-tick long ZF go against me to 110 and close at 127. What I did was stupid, never lose more than 3 ticks. I think I did get right that there's a short here, but I think I got wrong by trying to saying I missed it and trying to take it into 27. If I was trying to buy it, I would honestly wait until 26. No joke. But look at this in the 5-year. That's awfully interesting, right? Okay. Yeah, you need to be very price/risk sensitive if you're going to short up here. Yeah. Well, this is good. Like I was going into bad habits and I realized what was going on and I stopped myself and I think we're actually going to save it here. Or not save it, but like fix my mistake. Yeah. Okay. I think I've got the price right. I think this should be here. So now here is where I need to practice patience. I've had a couple where I think I got it in the wrong spot. I think this particular one, I think um, I have a couple of things correct here. So I need to let the trade go to the stop or the profit. Maybe not the stop, but I mean, depends on what happens. But I just get to be patient and let it go down. They might not break it through it here this time. Okay. I like that. Was that spoofing at 27? We traded through it. No strong bid. Yeah. Oh, they bought it. Yeah, fighting back and forth. Okay, well, I don't think that would be a spoof if it's doing that there, right? That 5-year is loading up again. How much was this circle? It was 5K. Almost 5K. Passive buying at 27. I don't know, it went back and forth there across 27 a couple of times, right? So how did you determine that it was passive buying? The buyers just end up taking more? No, it wasn't a significant change in cumulative delta either. I think it may have been about even there. There's a one-off of that one. Now, the place that the 5-year is in is looking okay for longs. I don't know. I mean, if you're short, if you're me, you just want this to poop out and go down right away, right? If you're long, you want to see it range here a little bit and give you a chance to get long at the low. Okay, that looks like my exit, unfortunately. So they're definitely absorbing there at 27.5. Oh, look, the 5-year went there and took another step up. Yeah. Yeah, it didn't go straight down immediately like we thought. Well, that time they got filled. You gotta be kidding me, right? What's this say? Ah, about time. Well, I don't know. I don't like that it took me so long to get filled there. And I don't like that it came back, like that. But at the same time, I still see the short possibility. Possibility short. And yeah. The yes looks like it's not. That at the very least, the E-menu doesn't look like it's puking, right? Where was the short before? 28? Yeah, 28. Oops. Feeling a little bit more confident about this short. But I want to take it to 28 and I don't think I can get filled. Well, let's just put it in. Actually, you know what? It's time to go anyways. Look, let's just go through this. Okay, this one could have taken +2. This one I could have taken +2. So I think here, well, no, this one was wrong. I shouldn't have taken this trade. This one though was good. It just didn't go that time. I should have taken the +2 and then I could have taken it again. Maybe if I still believed in it. I may have just been lucky that I was in the right direction though, so I don't know. There's where my fill is. Okay, let's just say for theory's sake that I take it short 27.5. These two, I was going crazy. Like, seriously? Like, my thought process at 25, I think I kind of said a little bit, but my thought process at that point was like, I don't even think I know what I'm doing anymore. Like I'm taking a trade here, and it seems like when I take it that I have a reason to do it. And now that I'm in it and I'm filled, doesn't make sense to me. And then of course it went up there quite a bit. And that's when I could have chased it and I didn't. So the thing that I'm thinking now is like, take it back to this one. I didn't want to chase here, but I could have. And I didn't want to chase here, but I could have. But then there was some places up in here that I did kind of chase. Really was here, right? I bought here twice at 25. But I was chasing. And so I took them off. And then they came back down, right? And I lost money on them, even though I was right on the overall direction. And now maybe even here I'm doing it again. So what's my deal here? I'm not, I think that I have some things right. I think that I have some understanding of what the right price is to get based off of the order flow. And I have pretty good indication about which direction it's going to go and where the signals are. But I don't seem to be managing the trades correctly, and I don't seem to be getting in at the right time. I'm not sure where am I? Well, yeah, that one was that one at 25 was chasing. Those two, the two that I lost on was definitely chasing. It's funny because it was okay to chase if I was willing to let it go 3 ticks against me, which I wasn't. And I think one of the things that's going on, remember how we were saying that like on a lot of my good trades, it often goes 2 ticks against me? Well, I'm getting this a situation where I don't feel confident, and so I'm not letting it get that far. I'm just immediately giving it up. And if I just wait, then that actually would have gone. All of them. All of them except for this one. That one was like a bad trade in particular. Yeah, it was okay to hit into 26.5 as it lifted. Well, yeah, it wouldn't have been 26.5, right? It would have been 25.5. I don't know though, dude. Like, here's the thing, is like so many times before this week, let's just say, okay, because I haven't been doing that this week, but earlier, like back in May in particular, I would see that range and I would say, oh, I think they're going to break out of this range. And I would buy it as it lifted. And then they would stop there and you'd get this right here. See this at 26.5? And instead of coming up here, they would reverse there. and I got myself screwed on that one a bunch too. Yeah, so there's more to it for sure. But I think I did have some that I chased, but I did have some that were good too, right? So the question is, what do I get to do with my trade management here? Do I need to take these ones quicker? Or do I need to get out quicker? So I think that I might need to give it a little bit more risk at the moment, because I don't think, when you're saying like timing, I don't know if we can predict when it's right here. You're waiting for it to move 7 to 8 ticks off lows, then expecting immediate continuation. I don't know about that. One of the things in my mind is I don't understand why I didn't take this one long. Like when I got out of that one, I think one thing that I need to try. Okay, so one thing that I need to try is like on that 22, I maybe should have reversed there, right? So I think I need to try doing that a couple of times and seeing maybe if that helps. But anyways, I was saying if I get long here at 25, okay, I was expecting it to break this high. So what happened, I kind of did predict and tried to take it twice on the expectation that it was going to happen. And partly I selected a wrong price. Now let's just say for the sake of argument that somehow I had bought 24, right? Well, then what might have happened is I might have only taken one tick off of it over here. So I think that we get into that. I don't think that I can predict how long it can stay in there. I think that I need to take on more risk, which means that if I'm long at 24, I really need to see it hitting into 23 for me to get out. Because I think what I'm doing right now is I'm just trying to let it ride when it's going long and not getting anything from it, and then it just goes a little bit and I feel like it invalidates my trade idea and I get out, and I'm getting out too early. And I think it's partly a confidence thing. I'm being too cautious. I'm too cautious once I'm in the trade. I'm getting the right spots. I should be more I ran after it when I ran after it when it sold. We already said that, right? But I didn't run after it stopped and lifted up. I just saw like I saw this range here, and I thought it was going to come out of this. I thought it was coming out of this range up. I mean, how often you get this? Not this, like I'm looking for this thing. Or really this. But right now, if I'd gotten that, I would be like freaking out. Doesn't seem right. I can catch it. I can catch the right price sometimes though, right? It's not every time. So here's another thing though. There were spots where it was okay to chase, and I was sitting on my hand through those. Like we said, it's a bigger problem than that, right? Because if I had gotten long at 24, I think I would have taken a quick one tick profit somewhere around here. So I need to trust my spot a little bit more and really make sure that I'm taking it off when my trade idea is invalidated, instead of saying, oh, maybe I'm only going to get 2 ticks off of it, because that's happened to me so many times. Or just, I mean, it's either that or say I'm only going to take 2 ticks. This is a perfect 2-4 tick range too. Seems to me that like when you see a spot like that, 25, where only if you trade into it you can put an order 3 ticks below it and possibly get filled in a good spot. Well, anyways, and then there's just the whole mental thing that there's some spots, especially right in here. You can see that there's chasing in there, but I also don't think that I was right in the head when it was there. Because I was really not sure if it was gonna... The fact that I took longs there may just be a coincidence. That it actually, you know, ended up going up. Alright, well, I've yapped about it enough. It's not enough to just say don't chase it. Alright, later guys.